Hi everyone, this is Srivatsan Sridharan here, one of your moderators for today's session. We are very happy that we are doing our second session, Newforce Education Series, after about a couple of weeks. Today's session is all about answering top questions which we have received from candidates who want to move to Europe. And today, to clarify the doubts, we have with us Khaleel from our HR team. He's the subject matter expert when it comes to global hiring, onboarding, and anything to do with HR. Welcome, Khaleel.
Hi, thanks, Srivatsan.
Thank you. And I have with the pleasure of hosting one of our colleagues, marketing, Sindhu Sharma. Sindhu, welcome on board.
Thank you for having me, Srivat.
Good. So now, for those who had a chance to know or listen to our earlier session, or those who have joined us now and who want to know more about Newforce, Newforce is a force to reckon with. I'm very proud to say, within a short span of time, Newforce has gone on to build its base, global base, across 30 countries with 19 plus offices. Our employee size is growing, base is growing. We have a one-stop global HR SaaS platform where it connects the best minds with the best opportunities, and clients get the best benefit across the globe. So geographical locations and barriers have been removed by Newforce. We have opened offices across major locations. So we are able to service our clients well within the time frame and stipulated SLAs. So that's the best part about Newforce. And now, let's ask the question to Khaleel, who is why as a candidate, Khaleel, who is actually looking for an opportunity to uh, look at and grab opportunities in Europe or opportunities across the globe, why should I come to Newforce? Why should I trust Newforce?
That's a good question, Srivatsan. First of all, I would like to say that why people would like to look out for an opportunity right now in the market. So we all have experienced a very bad COVID impact for the last 2 years. Now people had so many dreams to fly abroad and work abroad. So they all of a sudden have gone to vain. So now it's a new force like a company who understands the pain of the highly technical professionals who want to fly abroad and prove the talent and get highly paid and fulfill their dreams. So that's where our target audience as a new force. So to specify the basic importance and what differentiates new force with the other companies is we are now licensed sponsors of visa and work permit in the Netherlands, like you see, and we have also registered ourselves as a NASCOM certified company, which again gives us a bigger platform to work with all the IT giants across the globe. And like you see, we have already expanded. It's been just 6 to 7 years. We have expanded, starting with the UK. Now we are in Netherlands, Ireland, Belgium, France. We have started even in the US very recently. India is already there. Italy is already there. So and so on. So this this indicates that the company is growing, and we have our branches across the globe, and we can fulfill the techie guys dreams to work abroad. So most of the people will have different passion to work in any of the countries across the globe, despite they are very well paid in India, but they will have dream to work in abroad for the different opportunities what the European countries offer. That is one thing is about the aspirations of working globally for technical professionals. Then uh, this also again we have so many agencies, consultancy services where they get paid. They ask for the visa processing fees, and most of the time the candidates end up paying money, and they keep following up, and there's a possibility of fraud in that case. But this where Newforce differentiates with other agencies. We don't charge any fees for visa sponsorship, and any candidate who gets shortlisted in the technical interview by our client, right away we start the process. We just need the cooperation of the candidates by providing their documents. So
Got
that's again a big difference we make in the industry. And
okay.
also the like you can see, you know, the process, and the application process, interview process, everything, we use our SaaS platform. It's very easy. It's not that you hold your CV and travel all the way to our branch in Hyderabad, Mumbai. It's not like that. You are
Yeah,
sitting at your home, you get interview schedule, you get the immigration process started, you get your flight booked, you get your visa done, everything. You need to just pack your bags and travel on the day your flight is booked. So that's so easy, so convenient, and everything digital, which
good.
which is very hard to see in most of the consultant services. And like also I was saying in the beginning, we not only provide the visas for the individuals, people who are married, who have their aspiration to grow their children, their family in the abroad, and they want to feel like have their permanent residence in the European countries. So Newforce is the biggest platform where we enable, just within 6 months of the onboard, we enable family visas as well. So
Okay,
that
good.
is, so these are the big things I think, which I am being in the industry for more than 11 years. I've not seen any staffing company provides all these kind of facilities without any additional cost to the candidate.
That's well said, Khalil. Actually, you latched on to the right points here. So, can I ask you a few questions from this slide?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So when you say visa sponsorship, will people misunderstand? There's a chance for a new guy like me to misunderstand saying the passport visa stamping itself will happen at Newforce. That is not the case, right? What is the difference between visa stamping and visa sponsorship?
Visa stamping is, you get the authorization to work in a particular country. Sponsorship is, we are the official employers of the consultant in the abroad, which is not the case most of the times. What happens is the consultants is, they get tied up with some other company, they send them abroad, and they are clueless who's their employer, whom they have to reach out if their visa is getting expired. So everything is taken care of by New Force.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for the clarification. Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, you're
Um,
welcome.
this is good. So you had explained about the significance of us being registered with IND Netherlands. That's the first step for a company to be eligible to provide visa sponsorship. That's point number one. We have a global presence. We don't ask for money from candidates. We have our own in-house process. We help with the end-to-end process, right from hiring to onboarding to sending them to the on-site location. So thanks, Khalil, for clarifying these points. I will move on to the next question.
Yeah. Yes, please.
Now, the most critical point for anybody is the salary competitive? We hear a lot of episodes where something is promised on paper, but when somebody goes there, the figures are very different. So,
Yes.
how different is it with Newforce Europe?
Yeah. To answer this, I must first say that why Newforce is very good in terms of paying salaries for our consultants abroad, because most of the agencies, what they do is they negotiate a particular candidate's salary, what they're earning in India. Like if somebody is earning some 12 lakhs per year, so they negotiate on that and give them 30-40% with some basic visa one time processing fees, etc., etc. But what we do here is we pay salaries based on the local market of the European country they're being placed. So that is the biggest thing which most of the consultancy service doesn't do and Newforce does. So if we are hiring someone in the Netherlands, we are paying salaries as per the Netherlands minimum wages for a highly skilled migrant, which may start from 4,000 euro and goes up to 6 or 7,000 euro, which is almost 4 times of their salary in India.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, so that is, I think, definitely people, we being Indians, we have so many, commitments. We will have a lot of dreams which we
Yep.
cannot fulfill with our regular income. So
Yep.
just imagine, I am or you being a, architect, SAP architect, drawing some 1 lakh,
Yep.
and you want to purchase a villa. You
Yep.
cannot do it for another 15 years also with this salary. Just in a spike of a month, you fly Europe, your salary is increased from 1 lakh to 4 lakhs.
Yep.
Imagine. So that's the biggest advantage we give for consultants who join us. We give as per the local market of Europe for the skill set.
Got it. Got it. Villa and visa. So that's good. That's
Yeah, so
I,
villa in India, visa in the Europe.
yeah, got it. Got it. So
Yeah,
now, you see, you had clarified this point in the previous slide also. So you are
yeah.
saying, if I am an SAP architect or a tech person in India, if I am getting an opportunity with Newforce Europe and I'm going to be in Netherlands, it is going to be based on the local minimum wages. There is no difference between what is on the paper and what I get actually in my bank account. That is point number one. Point number two, after 6 months of being in with the New Force Europe entity, you are saying the family will also get visa sponsorship. And is there any cost for the family visa sponsorship?
No, no. That's what we were saying. That 6 months time we take for the consultant to settle down in the Netherlands. They will also should feel like, this is the place where I need to take, my
Yeah,
family to stay with us. That
yeah,
6 months is not for any other purpose, just for the consultant to settle down and make a clear mind that when it's the right time for their family to come. So
yeah.
after 6 months, they know the market, they know the living standards, how and where, which place suits their family best in terms of the weather, in terms of everything. So that's the 6 months. That's why we take.
Got it.
We don't
Got it.
charge for that as well.
Got it. So, in all these benefits, you are including insurance, travel, and accommodation. Would you be able to explain these 2 points further, please?
Yes. So insurance is like, like I was saying in the beginning also, we are compliant in any country where we place a candidate. So as per the European countries, they are very particular about employee health and safety. So they are very particular about it. So as a complementary benefit, we provide the general insurance for individual when they travel. When the family is also there, at the time of renewal of their contract, renewal of their insurance, they can top up their insurance, add their family members. That is one thing. Second
Okay.
thing, travel and accommodation. Like I said, if an individual is going all alone, we provide through and fro flights and initial 15 days to 1 month accommodation where they can find out some suitable place, and and also even in that, if they find any difficulty, we have a customer service team. They will reach out to the consultant. They will give references of our existing consultant who will help them to find a best and economical accommodation. So these are the complementary benefits we provide just to make the consultant traveling comfortable and focus on the work and business.
Excellent. Excellent. That's very helpful. And your point about other employees and consultants from the New Force family helping each other, that's a beautiful point. Thanks for that, Khalil. So moving on to the next question. So I have
Yes.
understood salary is good. Okay, I've bought into it. Now I want to apply. How do I'm an Indian citizen, so that means that I'm not part of the EU family, the European Union family. So how does the application process go by? And I see a very unique name, RTR process. So would you be able to just explain this slide, please?
Yes. See, what happens is, receive the applications when, based on our social media, based on our application we have. So what happens is, sometimes most of the job aspirants, they always try to look out for the best of the opportunities they have in their hand. So what they do is they just keep applying without even going through the proper job description, without even going through the entire procedure. So they just do apply. What happens is we have a very organized way of scrutinizing profiles getting into our portal. What we do is we our recruitment team, they reach out to the particular candidates who have applied against one of the opportunities, say in Germany. What our recruitment team does is they immediately pick up the phone, they speak to the person and say that, hey, we have received your profile. They will explain the job role in detail, and they make them understand that, okay, this is what is the abroad opportunity, these are the benefits they're going to get. Before that, we take a consent, written consent, which says right to represent their profile.
Okay.
So that what happens is this will help us as well as the end client to say that their application and process, everything has been done with their consent. So it's taking a consent that they are very serious about this opportunity. They want to fly abroad. They have gone through this job profile. They know what they are applying for. So there
Okay.
is no confusion, or there is no back and forth communications based on the requirements. So that
Okay.
is the thing we do. Once we take the consent that, okay, I am serious about this opportunity, this is what is my dream job, I want to fly. What
Yep.
we do is we schedule the interview with our end client who
Okay.
is looking out for the similar skill set. So out of the profiles, whatever the best suitable, they will shortlist and they will ask us to schedule interview.
Okay.
Right. So once the interview is done, like I was saying in the first slide, everything is digital. We don't expect people to fly or travel all the way to our office and do some paper documentations, filling everything. We don't do all these things.
Okay.
So it's all digitally organized. So interviews are also scheduled either in the Google Meet or in the Meet meetings, or it is also in the Zoom. So it depends.
Yep.
So once the interview is done, the feedback also, we don't keep people waiting for forever, that whether the interviews happen. Our TAT usually about every interview scheduled is 1 week. So in 1 week, we we make sure that the result is shared. So once the interview result is shared for shortlisted candidates, if our HR team will get in touch with the person, we will again proof check that all the terms and conditions have been discussed in the pre-screening before the technical interview. We take a proof check. Once they said yes, I understood everything, then we negotiate on the offer, what the maximum budget we have for this profile.
Okay.
Then we take the consent, offer is accepted. Once the offer is accepted, then it we move it to our immigration team. So immigration team will get in touch with them to get their passport, birth certificate, whatever, based on the that particular country's immigration requirements.
Okay. Got it. So,
Yeah.
Khalil, thanks for explaining the steps. So, here I have. Yeah.
Srivatsan, yeah, I'd like to scooch in here. Since I've been listening to the, intriguing conversation that you guys are having,
Yep.
and I'd like to start by saying that I'm highly impressed to see even how amidst the COVID crisis,
Mm.
which we still are somewhere facing repercussions of in one way or the other, of course.
Mhm.
I am highly impressed to see like how Newforce is still able to grow and help people get jobs abroad. That it actually made me think over about a few questions that I would like to ask Khalil.
Sure. Go ahead.
So the first question that came into my mind, like what is the typical profile of a candidate that you look forward to recruiting, or how do you find a candidate suitable?
Yeah, like we are basically focusing on the IT giants. Most of our clients are, the big IT giants across the Europe. For that matter, we're expanding in the APAC and Latin America as well. But basically, in the Europe, we have big IT giants, so who are looking out for profiles with at least 8 years and goes up to 20 years of skill sets, which are mostly into at architectural level or PMP certified, professionals or scrum masters in niche skill sets like SAP, cloud, database, and in SAP, I'm sure you guys might be knowing there's so
Yes.
many versions in SAP. So for
Yes, yes, yes.
every module, we have different skill sets demand in the market. So we have huge database of such profiles, and we have huge requirements for such profiles across the globe. To name few, I can say when Wipro want to hire people in the Europe, when Infosys want to hire people in Europe, Tech Mahindra, and so on. So we are the preferred partners for them to source these kind of profiles. So this is something very unique, because just placing some 3 to 4 years of experience guys who hardly knows things, we don't prefer. We prefer people with a long term commitment, who stays longer, and who are have crossed the stage of shuffling the jobs, job hopping, what we say.
All
That's why
right.
we take senior profiles who are very serious about a long term commitment, even it is in abroad or in any company they settle down. So that's
All right.
something we look out for.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now thank you for the explanation, but your explanation actually compelled me to put on another question. So,
Yes, please.
I am assuming myself here. Srivatsan, can we go back to the last slide, please?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, so I'm putting myself in the picture here. I'm assuming myself to be a Scrum Master with 15 years of experience,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I come to Newforce. Okay, now I'm applying and everything. So my question is, how long will it take to go on site after I apply, after I get a signed offer letter?
Okay, okay. Like what happens is the very first thing is it depends on the which country you have been lined up for.
Mm-hmm.
That's the very first thing. But however, we have a standard work permit procedure which takes 4 to 6 weeks. So
That is
on an
great.
average, yeah, on an average, so any country you go, within 4 to 6 weeks your visa will be in place. That's the level of commitment we have. That's the level of networking we have in all the countries we do the business. So we
All
don't
right.
keep people waiting for longer, that whether the visa is in in process or not, when will they come. And why we have taken 6 weeks is typically, like we were discussing in the previous slide about the architect level, project manager level, those people are well settled in big companies. They have 2 months to 3 months notice period. So their
Right.
notice period will cover up this visa processing. And we also ensure that their current company or their job do not get disturbed. So we try to make as smooth as possible.
That is
One
thoughtful,
email,
actually.
yeah, yes. So we start while the person is in the notice period itself. So there is no waste of time, neither to the client nor to us, neither to the candidate. So it's the optimum utilization of the time.
And a great practice.
Of
So
course,
since
of
can
course.
I jump in and ask him one
Yes,
question?
Yeah,
yes, yes, of
yeah.
course, Srivatsan.
Yeah, thanks. So Khalil, the last point says the documents should be in order and match the government issued IDs. Now, on a lighter note, can you please tell me some of the common challenges that you
Yes, yes,
face?
yes, correct, correct. Yeah, I think what happens is most of the times we when we go for the visa application, when we go for the to the embassy to take an appointment, they will ask for the passport, they'll ask for the ID proof or the Aadhaar card basically in India. So what happens is some initial, some maybe uh, the date of birth is not matching with the ID proof with the passport, or spelling mistake, or initial, somewhere there is an initial, or the other place it's a full name, full surname. So what happens is this will create some more time where again the particular individual has to go back and get the passport corrected, and it may take easily another 10 days to 2 weeks time, so it will again increase. So what we advise is obviously when somebody has applied for a job, they'll not think of all this, but through this presentation or through this meeting, whoever the audience who are interested, I would definitely want them to get not only with Newforce, wherever they are planning for an abroad opportunity, please keep their documents in order,
Okay.
especially the passport, the ID proof, and the birth certificates. Everything should be in place if they're planning to fly abroad. It's very sensitive and very, very important thing.
Okay. So this helps avoid unnecessary delay. Over to you, Sindhu.
Delay.
Okay, Khalil, yet again, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now that I've I'm working as a Scrum Master, right? So,
Yeah.
is there a specific duration of the contract,
Yes,
or
of
what
course.
is it like?
Yeah. Yeah. So what happens is, now that I mean, in India, there is a different mindset. We look for a full-time job. We look for a stable job, a job security,
Mm-hmm.
everything. But what happens
Right.
in the abroad, not only in the Europe but also in the US, all these markets, what they do is they go for a short-term project assignment where they get maximum revenue. So what happens is if you are working as a freelancer, if you're working as a consultant, if you're working as a contractor, your demand is very high in the market
All right.
compared to a full-time job. So the contractual employment will help them to get high salary. At the same time, there is a flexibility that the contract may, they want to go with the next renewal. There is a
Uh-huh.
scope of negotiation of the salary rise. There is a scope of negotiation of additional benefits. There is a scope of negotiating for something like you want your family members additional insurance coverage to better. All these things happen during contract renewal. So we go with starting with 12 months contract. So
Okay.
12 months is a good time for someone to think, whether they want to continue for another year or they
Right.
they want to look out for other opportunity through Newforce. So we go with only 12 months initially, which goes on, renewing up to 5 years. So what happens is, in Newforce, I know being the global HR head, what I've seen is, there are people who go with a mindset of settling in a country for 5 years, get a proper, residence,
Uh-huh.
permanent residence. Okay, so that is also possible through this new force. Since we are running their payroll, they have their taxes, they have their compliance, they have social security payment.
Yes.
Everything is there for 5 years continuously, and they get their permanent residence. So that
So,
is yeah.
yeah, please continue.
Yeah, so that is something really excites people that they have a flexibility to think over after 12 months. If they want to continue, they'll continue in the same project for 5 years. And also, what we do is, like I was telling earlier, if somebody is not really liking the current project, what we do
Yeah,
is
yeah,
as a
that was my
process.
next question. That was going
Yeah,
to be
yes. So
either a
what we do is
candidate is not liking, or the
company doesn't like.
company is
Yeah,
not good to go with
yeah.
candidate. So, in case if that happens, does Newforce help the candidate find another projects?
Of course, of course. What we do is, like we are a relationship-driven organization, not just a commercial point of view. So once the consultant creates a bond with Newforce and travels to abroad, we take them as our family member, and we always try to, make them happy about their on-site job role. If they're not liking it, or if the the contract is ending, as a
Mm-hmm.
practice, we
Mm-hmm.
have 2 months before expiry of the contract, there is a trigger internally. So what we
Mm-hmm.
do is we first check with the clients how is the
Right.
performance of the consultant. If they're really satisfied, they want to renew it, that's well and good. We go and reach out to the consultant. We say that, hey, you seem to be doing really good. Your manager want to extend this. What is your opinion? So what they say is, yeah, I'm also equally excited. I want to continue. Or they will say that, yes, I want to continue, but I want some, salary rise, or I want some etc. Y XYZ benefits. So we just negotiate and we close it then and that itself. Or if if the case is the other way around, what we do
Uh-huh.
is we tell them that, okay, hey, see, this is what is happening. The client want to close this project, but don't worry, you have 2 months. You are legally allowed to stay in the particular country for two
Right.
months of your notice period. we have multiple openings matching your profile. Would you like to interest? Would you like to appear for the interview? We will schedule interviews then and there itself, and there is a huge demand for someone who is already in abroad with a proper visa sponsorship with a work permit. It's very easy for them to get job. So it's additional benefit. Even if their current project is ending, they have highly competitive advantage to get another opportunity in onset.
Okay, okay. So it's based on the
Yeah.
conversation that we had and based on your explanation, I would again like to reiterate on one question that, of course, you mentioned of the contract jobs and the difference that is in Indian corporate and abroad. So, are there ever any chances of getting a permanent job, or does it always go like contract based?
No, it is possible. What happens is, just to make sure to make our healthy relationship with our end client, what happens is sometimes the client comes to us and they say that, hey, this guy is pretty well, and we want to take them, on our role. Then what we do is, okay, that's fine, well and good. We build, we trust in the relationship. What we do is we finish the NOC process, no objection certification process, and once the contract is done, which is usually a 12 months contract. So after 12
Okay,
months contract, when there is a scope of negotiation, there is also a possibility of getting absorbed by the client.
okay, okay, okay.
So it purely depends on the individual's performance, how critical they are in the project they are working for the client, and where client wants to take them full time. So
Right.
that really matters a lot for someone who is on a contractual job to get full time permanent opportunity in the European country. So
All
they
right.
need to be super performers.
Okay, okay. Now that you have answered my all my queries so well, I would like to, put on my last question to you. So, are there like is there can they go anywhere, or every country abroad is good for tech professionals, or there are some specific that are best suited?
Yeah, see, like I was saying when we started the conversation, post COVID, the market is opened all across the globe,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So people, they're actually desperate to find out a partner, find out a breakthrough to travel abroad. But looking at our recent experience from in this company, the applications coming and the client requirements coming, I can name a few countries where the huge demand is coming. The Netherlands, UK, Germany, Italy, Belgium, France. So these are the multiple requirements of our clients coming to us for SAP level, architectural level, Scrum Masters. So these are the markets which opened soon after the lockdowns lifted up. COVID impact has gone, so
Mm-hmm.
there is an opportunity. Apart from this, not only these countries, most of the European market, what they do is either they take remote within the country, or they do the cross border. Some they have a requirement, say in Sweden, but they're fine if somebody is there in the Europe, being sponsored by a European company like Newforce, or ADD for that matter. So they can work from Netherlands. We do the sponsorship in Netherlands. They'll work in Sweden. Just an example. In
Okay.
fact, we are working out in Sweden also. So any country which we are not present, we have a scope to do the cross border. We take the consultant in the country where we have a legal setup for them, and they can work
Mm-hmm.
remotely. So
Okay.
yeah, the US, Dubai, and
Considering,
other countries also started very recently.
yeah, and considering the fact that geography is, of course, no longer a barrier, Newforce would be serving globally, right? Not only limited to these few countries.
Yes. Yeah, that's what, like I was saying, we have branches across the globe.
Right.
Like if we see in the first slide, so we have across the globe.
Mm-hmm.
But wherever there is a requirement, we always try to take the 100% benefit out of it, where we can get the consultant placed in whichever country they are looking out for, and whichever profile based on their skill set they're looking out for. We always try to serve both the clients as well as the consultants.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Thank you so much for clearing my queries so well. And
Yeah,
I'd like to
thank
hand
you
over to
to
you,
you both as
Srivatsan.
well. Yeah, I think thanks to Srivatsan and Sindhu for picking up a good set of questions, which are actually most of our consultants, ask us at the time of interview. So I think we are addressing everything in advance. It's a good way of communicating before someone reaches out to you and asks.
Yep, certainly, Khalil. Thanks to the lovely conversations that we have, you are always more than happy to share your knowledge with us, and I think you deserve due credit as well. So now, Sindhu, so the audience have been hearing from Khalil, Srivatsan, Sindhu. So now it's time for them to hear from Arnab Roy. Let's see what he has got to say about Newforce.
Hello everyone, myself Arnab Roy. I am working as a Pega business architect in Newforce and my client is TCS Netherlands. I have total 11 years of experience in IT. Out of that, 4 years as a developer and 7 years as a business analyst. Out of that, in last 3 years, I'm working as a Pega lead business architect. Due to my tenure while working in Newforce, it was a very nice experience, and the work and roles and responsibilities I have been given, that is exactly as mentioned in the job description, what has been shared to me. During this total entire association with Newforce, I got full support from the Newforce executives while it's a visa immigration process to the mobility. It's not only they work me as a consultant or professional consultancy firm, the executives work with me like as a friend. Out of that, definitely I should name two person. They helped me a lot. Mukesh Dantani and Virat Nag. They help me in the situation where, like, maybe it is a weekend, maybe it is a holiday for them, but they pick up the call while we need them most. So coming to the work part, so far I can imply my full involvement, what have been like as expected by the client, and I will continue the good work with them. And so far, I will recommend Newforce for everyone for their global immigration success. Thank you. Best of luck. Stay blessed. Stay safe. Thanks. Bye.
That's good. So that was a wonderful testimonial from Mr. Arnab Roy. So Khalil, if I have to look at how we can actually proceed with the next steps, if I'm a candidate and I'm interested to explore the opportunities, the first step is to download the Newforce mobile app. The screenshot is given there. It's available on Android and iOS platform. I create a profile, then find suitable jobs and apply for it, and I can track using the mobile app. If I'm not able to find any suitable openings, then I can share my resume to the mentioned email address. Let's say I'm a face-to-face person, I still want to get some confidence saying that who is Newforce, they sound new, I want to check out. Certainly they can actually find us on Google Maps and walk into our Hyderabad and Mumbai offices or any of our global offices. Just fix up an appointment with us, and then you can walk in, because we would like to match the concerned recruiter with the candidate. Then that will make the meetings more effective. So this is okay, right, Khalil? Am I missing anything here?
No, I think this is what the process is. Now you can download the app, as well as you can go to our careers website. You can go to our LinkedIn website. You can go to our Facebook. We have job postings all across the social media.
Okay.
If not only through the app,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
correct.
just find out and go ahead.
That's a beautiful point. In fact, we have with us one of our colleague Rajan, who actually is keeping the social pages active, and a lot of jobs are posted by him on the LinkedIn platform and other social platforms, as Khalil mentioned. Please do follow our LinkedIn page, and you will get a lot of relevant opportunities. Thanks for bringing that up, Khalil. Now, uh, so wherever you are listening this, whether it's on YouTube or on LinkedIn, please do drop in your questions. We have tried to answer most of the questions, but please do drop in the questions, like, or drop a comment, and our team will be very happy to respond to them. Uh, and here is our address and email addresses. So looking forward to your interactions, and wish you all success in your global journey. So thanks, Sindhu. Thanks, Khalil. Thanks, Rajan, for setting this up. Very, very kind.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Srivatsan.
you.
Thank you for
Thank you,
having me.
Sindhu, Rajan, and Srivatsan. Thank you all. It was nice